Aptera, the futuristic solar-powered car company that has captured the imagination of eco-conscious drivers around the world, seems to be stirring back to life again. After months of relative quiet and speculation about funding, a surprising new signal has emerged. Aptera is hiring again, and not just one or two roles. A wave of new job postings that suggest the company is regaining its confidence and gearing up for something big. At first glance, it might sound like a simple business update, but for anyone who's been following Aptera's roller coaster journey, from their ambitious solar EV prototype to the long wait for mass production, this hiring move could be a turning point. Let's take a closer look at what's happening and what it might really mean. It all starts with Rippling, a human resources and management software company that helps automate payroll and hiring systems. Aptera uses Rippling to handle their HR operations, and according to information on Rippling's platform, this software saves Aptera about $225,000 per year. That's a big deal for a company that's been carefully balancing innovation with financial restraint. But here's where it gets interesting. When you visit Rippling's job listings, Aptera suddenly has several active positions posted. That's a major shift. For quite some time, Aptera wasn't hiring at all. Most of the company's energy appeared to be focused internally, refining prototypes, courting investors, and preparing for a direct listing on the stock market. But hiring new staff sends a completely different signal. You don't expand your team unless you have confidence in the road ahead. You don't bring on specialists unless you know you'll have the funding and the work to keep them busy. So, what exactly are these jobs? They tell a story all by themselves. First on the list, fabricator. This role is hands-on, demanding experience in TIG and MIG welding, tube bending, and sheet metal fabrication. These are the people who literally shape the vehicle, the ones who transform concept drawings into real, tangible structures. The mention of motorsport vehicle experience adds another layer. It shows that Aptera is looking for craftsmanship and precision. They're not just hiring general mechanics. They want experts who understand high-performance, lightweight engineering. Next comes the calibration engineer. That's a position that only appears when things are getting real. Calibration is about fine-tuning, aligning sensors, ensuring that data readings are accurate, and preparing systems for real-world testing. You don't need a calibration engineer if you're still sketching on whiteboards. You need one when prototypes are moving, when systems are being tested, and when small adjustments could make or break the final performance. Then there are design engineers. A couple of them, in fact. Their responsibilities include feasibility studies, cost analysis, and material selection. They're also tasked with conducting strength calculations and optimizing designs for manufacturing. That combination is telling. It means Aptera is thinking not just about design, but about production scalability. It's one thing to build a working prototype. It's another to design something that can be efficiently manufactured thousands of times without losing quality. And then there's the big one, powertrain engineer. That's the beating heart of any vehicle, but especially for Aptera, where efficiency and innovation are everything. A powertrain engineer ensures the solar electric propulsion system runs flawlessly, from energy capture to wheel torque delivery. Hiring for this role suggests Aptera is doubling down on performance optimization and preparing for production-grade reliability. Beyond those technical positions, there are also openings for shipping specialists, receiving and kitting staff, and automotive build technicians. Together, these roles fill in the production puzzle, moving from engineering to assembly to logistics. The inclusion of an infotainment systems engineer also hints that Aptera is working on refining the user experience, the software and interfaces that drivers will interact with inside the vehicle. Count them all up, and there are 9 job openings right now. 9. That might not sound like a lot for a large automaker, but for Aptera, a company that's been running lean and strategically focused, 9 positions is a wave of expansion. Each one connects directly to the company's next big phase, preparing for production. When you zoom out, the pattern becomes clear. This isn't a company scrambling or experimenting. This looks like a coordinated move, an internal signal of readiness. Hiring fabricators, engineers, technicians, and logistics staff at the same time isn't random. It's part of a plan to transition from prototype development to small-scale manufacturing, and eventually to full-scale production. Now, let's talk about what this means on a deeper level. Aptera's journey has been anything but simple. From their early designs in the 2000s to their re-emergence as a solar EV startup, they've faced challenges that would have crushed many other companies. Funding setbacks, market skepticism, and the slow pace of EV infrastructure all played against them. But Aptera's idea, a car powered by the sun, ultra-efficient, aerodynamic, and affordable, has never really lost its appeal. It's the kind of innovation that feels both futuristic and inevitable. That's why this hiring news matters so much, because in startups like Aptera, hiring is not just about adding people, it's about signaling momentum. When a company starts bringing in engineers and technicians, it's often because the leadership believes that production or funding milestones are about to materialize. It's a quiet but powerful message. We're getting ready. And for investors, fans, and sustainability advocates, that's exciting. After all, Aptera's direct listing is expected to open new funding channels, allowing them to scale operations without relying solely on traditional venture capital. If those plans are moving forward smoothly, it would make perfect sense for them to start building out their workforce right now, before production deadlines tighten. It's also worth noting that Aptera's focus on cost efficiency remains intact. The partnership with Rippling, the emphasis on specialized roles instead of mass hiring, and the careful pacing of expansion all show that this is still a company balancing ambition with financial discipline. They're not rushing blindly, they're growing with intent. Of course, none of this guarantees smooth sailing. The EV market is brutally competitive. Many startups have faced setbacks, and even well-funded companies can stumble during scaling. But Aptera's advantage has always been its niche, a vehicle that challenges how we think about transportation, efficiency, and energy independence. And right now, it seems they're quietly laying the groundwork to make that vision real. So maybe this isn't just another hiring update. Maybe it's something bigger, a sign of belief returning inside Aptera's walls. A reflection of renewed confidence, both in their mission and in the people who will help carry it forward. As I watch this unfold, I'll be keeping a close eye on those job listings. If they start disappearing, it'll mean those roles have been filled, that new talent is walking through Aptera's doors. If the list grows, that's even better. It'll mean expansion is accelerating. Either way, it's movement, and in the startup world, movement is everything. What about you? Do you see this as a real turning point? Is Aptera finally gearing up for the production phase we've all been waiting for? Or is it still too early to call it a comeback? Whatever happens, one thing feels certain. Aptera's not standing still anymore. The wheels, both literally and figuratively, are beginning to turn again. And for anyone who believes in the future of clean, solar-powered driving, that's a very good sign indeed.